Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen, I want to talk to you about something pretty important, pretty common. And I know earlier this week we were talking about how if you're not incorporating strength training in your regular routine, there's 4 different areas of your life and of your body really that you could be and very well might be neglecting. And one of these areas, these key areas I want to talk about today, if it's not done and not done the right way and done regularly, one of the causes or the results of that, not doing that regularly, is back pain. And this is very common. So many people deal with back pain on an ongoing basis. There's crazy stats out there, even about back pain that talk about, it's one of the top 3 causes of why people miss work and have to stay home and take sick leave. It's actually number 2, only second to the cold and flu. Go figure. It's crazy how back pain can affect us that much. And maybe if there's certain things that you have, really certain categories that you might fall in, there's things you're doing on an ongoing basis that might be worsening that back pain and keeping you out of long-term relief that you're looking for. And one of those things is poor posture. If you don't have proper posture, you're often going to feel and deal with back pain. Or maybe for some, it's dealing with, maybe you've got extra added belly fat. That's also going to be a contributor to low back pain. Pregnancy is one of those things, even postpartum. I know a lot of ladies struggle with that postpartum and dealing with low back pain because of probably dealing with it during the pregnancy as well. And even sitting habits. Your sitting habits can affect, I'm going to bring my co-host in, your sitting habits can really affect your back pain and your posture. And so some ways to really identify this for yourself is, number 1, if you're having pain regularly, of course you're going to know it, but it's a sign of an anterior pelvic tilt for most people that are struggling in this way, posturally speaking. And how would you identify this? Well, if you have an anterior pelvic tilt, that means your pelvis, your hips are shifted forward, which causes then strain to be placed in your lower back. And so one of the easiest ways to note this is stand in front of the mirror, and if you're wearing a belt right at your waist and that belt is shifted, your belt buckle is pointed downward towards the floor, then that's a sign of an anterior pelvic tilt. And so, yeah, you're gonna add into the video. So there are some short-term solutions that most people go to. I feel most people know about these short-term solutions, but it's really the long-term solution that's going to help you. It's the missing piece to a lot of it. And one of those things, short-term, is stretching. And stretching and massage, whether you're using a massage gun or you're actually going and getting a massage, these kinds of things are going to provide relief. However, if you're not doing certain things in the long term, it's only going to be temporary, and eventually you're going to keep doing those same things that are causing pain, and you won't get out of it long term. I believe in it. I believe in massage and chiropractic care even. Those are regular parts of my routine, and I believe in those things. However, if you're not doing your homework on the back end, or you don't know what to do on the back end to stay out of pain, then you're going to be stuck in that cycle. And so what is it? What does that look like? Well, one of the things that of the 4 that I want to hit on with you today in regard to this, to helping you get out of that cycle of pain, is strengthening your core and your hips. Strengthening your core and your hips is so key to getting out of back pain. It's amazing. And there are certain, here, let me give you this. The reason why you have to strengthen your core is because oftentimes if your hips are shifted forward, then that means your core is not tight, your core is not braced, and the reverse is happening. So when your hips are shifted forward, then in your back is tightened up, and you're going to feel that recurring pain over and over again. So that resolve long term those stretching and massage type of relief and adjustments are going to help for sure. On the back end, you have to strengthen those muscles so whatever adjustments and pain relief measures are taken, that they're going to be able to stay in that place because the muscles are strengthening and holding those joints in that proper placement. And so you might be asking, okay, what do I do? What does that look like? Well, first of all, sit-ups isn't the key method to core training. You want to focus on isometric holds. Now, what's an isometric hold? It simply means still time, isometric. So you're holding for a certain amount of time. You're static under resistance for a certain metric or amount of time. That can be as basic as a plank. Just holding a plank under resistance. Of course, you're gonna progress that over time because that's gonna be easy. But from there, being things like Palloff presses, when you're standing and you're holding and you've got to brace your core under tension, under movement, that's going to help strengthen your core in that way. Also making mind-body connections with your hips. And I would encourage you to look at yourself in the mirror and look at your hips and really see from the front, but also see from the side. And you're going to want to shift your hips and make that connection up and down with your hips to be able to pull that belt buckle up so that your back isn't under that constant tension. And then you're going to keep, when you get your back out of that position and bring your belt buckle forward, it's going to keep you out of that recurring back pain and really help give you some relief. And pain relief is going to be the biggest thing when you do these things. Also, I would encourage you on top of that to stretch. Most of the time, it's stretch your hip flexors, stretch your quads, stretch your hamstrings, and certain hip stretches as well are going to help externally rotating the hip. Just think about when you're sitting down in a chair and you bring your foot up across your knee there, you're externally rotating out. These kinds of things, and then lean forward into that. You're going to feel that stretching through the glutes as well. That's going to go a long way when you pair that, the stretching along with the strengthening to be able to hold it there, hold those weaker muscles to strengthen them, to hold your joints in the right places so you're not getting that recurring trigger of pain over and over again. When you do that, you're going to be feeling relief in your back. You're going to have a decreased risk of injury. Maybe you're not feeling low back pain, or maybe it's not constant. Well, then doing these things is going to help decrease that risk of injury in and out of the gym, even in your day-to-day. It's going to provide postural correction as well, so you have proper posture. And check this out. This is one of the easiest ways to get abs, right? To get lower abs. That tends to be the last thing to go. When somebody's wanting abs, is that lower section. A lot of guys, I hear all the time, I want to get rid of that lower section. This is one of the easiest ways, because oftentimes you don't realize when your hips are tilted forward like that, you're actually pushing that out, that bottom part of the abdomen. It's being stretched out. Because you're not strengthening it and keeping it in a tight position, you're actually protruding that lower abdomen. And so strengthening that and putting your hips in proper posture, your washboard look that you're looking for, and it's going to correct posture all at the same time. So, hey, I'd love to know how this helps and how this helps you. If you have any further questions, feel free to drop those here in this video. And I want to help you. I want to continue to see you grow and progress in your health and stay out of pain, because pain is one of the key things that derails people and discourages people, and it slows you down from getting long-term progress. All right, stay well, everyone. Talk to you real soon. See ya.